Welcome back to Some Celeste. I'm dear darling, and we'll face the inner demons and reach for something together. And apparently, these crystal hearts were initially planned to make a poem or something, but they don't anymore or something. So the fact that you can change them is just purely cosmetic. So maybe at some point I'll try and think of a poem that I like with that sort of arrangement. But for now, we're gonna get straight into the seaside for the odd site, because that's what you're here for. We're here to. You might be here just so see how well I do at Celeste. What? I mean, that's all well and good, but how do we dash now? Okay, so this is a mechanic I am not currently aware of, and we need to figure out basically. Or is there a way that we can immediately grab the ward as we come out? What if we go in that angle? No, that's not going to work. It's very specifically designed in a way such that I'm assuming we had to work out what the mechanic is to continue. I am not sure exactly what we have to do. Presumably what we have to do is we have to dash through this and somehow not kill our momentum almost immediately and immediately grab onto the wall, but that seems rather impossible at the moment. Oh, never mind. Just with a well-timed jump apparently is doable. Oh no, bad lines. Hold on. Hold on, bad line. Give me a second to try and plan a route through this. Okay. How are we going to get that bottom one? That's probably the first one we do. We hop down into it, hop up. Oh yeah, we fall into it, dash upwards. With that one, grab one on the top left, then dash through to get that middle one, then dash upwards to get that top right one. Ah, that's not high enough. Okay, change your plan. We are going to just die, apparently, instead. We have to always be dashing. We have to always be dashing through one of these things, otherwise we won't be able to get. We always have to dash through one of these subspaces, otherwise we'll never be able to recover our dash again. This is a tight jump. I don't think this is how you're meant to do it. Seems a lot easier to do this. Wait for them to get here. Dash over here. Dash through. Easily done. Any bad lines? No bad lines this time. Just a sort of one-time off mechanic. Okay, so dash, jump, dash, jump, dash, jump, dash upwards, dash right, dash up, dash right. What? Oh, okay, it's not actually bad. We dash, jump, fall through, dash right, dash up, dash right, dash up, dash right. Do the grab thing again. Oh my word, it's the final thing we had to do. What I think we do is, I think we jump at the end while I'm holding the grab button and holding left, and that sort of somehow latches on. And we do the dash, jump over, dash, jump over, dash, jump over, dash, jump over, grab onto the door, wait for it to come, and then just a straight left dash across, straight left dash across. Okay. It's quite a tough one, I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna take definitely a few attempts, but this part should be mostly fine, I think. Oh, dashed a bit too early there. So I dashed straight into the spikes. Didn't even jump there. This one, there's no time to rest from what I can see, apart from like there's some places where we can perhaps grab onto a wall and have a little bit of a breather, but not too big of one, because you know you still are hanging off a wall in the end, at the end of the day. And from that, it's not particularly. Oh, I forgot. It's not a horizontal dash. It's a vertical dash. And at the end of the day, you probably don't want to be hanging out on a wall if you can help it. I'm dashing too early. We need to let gravity do their work a little bit, so we can get a little bit further down. Also, the music is very spooky. So that seems to be. Oh. Ah no, we just need to dash earlier then. We need to interrupt our momentum. So seasides just basically seem to be very, very short. And seem to basically sort of build off a theme from a level. But, you know, it doesn't hang around for too long. It's meant to be, I assume, a bit of a... I'm not sure if ultimate test is the right word, but sort of like a final exam. You know, it's not like final exams don't have you answering as many questions as you need to on a textbook, as you do in a textbook, which is what the A-sides and B-sides are. But, you know, they're very important that you know how to do them. Except for, I suppose, these are a bit harder than you might expect on an exam. Because normally, a lot of exam questions are starting off on materialism, just rote memorization, because you know you need to structure an exam such that there's easier questions at the beginning and harder ones towards the end. So you have questions to test that people know the fundamentals, and you have harder questions for extra credit for those top performers to really shine in. At least that's, I believe, how exams are structured. Ugh. There's so much interrupting of momentum we need to do. Quite a nuisance. The music, very intense, very foreboding. It's like it's building up to something. Or is this just a normal soundtrack for this level? I don't remember. It's been a while since we've been on these earlier levels. It's kind of like Hollow Knight after we played the Pantheon of Hollow Nest for so long. Like going through the actual main part of the game again, I was just like, this is so weird, it feels so foreign to me. I've been trapped in a boss rush, hyperbolic chamber for so long. I forgot what we had to do there for so long that we should practice what we have to do there. On this one, because I don't think I've properly figured it out. I think I just did it by luck. I don't know how I... What if I just spam the jump button? No, that can't be it. Because it'd be disappointing to get there so many times and then never actually do it. I don't know if it's not working on this one because this one's too short, but when I'm jumping up here, instead of grabbing onto a block here, I think that's what I'm doing. I think this one's just too short for us to actually practice on. So we just end up hitting the spikes. So focus in. Dash, dash. Feel the rain on your lips. Sorry, a bit of an annoying pause there as we get straight back into it. No, we're not, because I'm not clicked on Celeste. There we go. What are we doing? That's what we're doing. I remember now. Just you got to get straight back into things, otherwise, you know, you'll end up forgetting things. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. Little and often, as my old French teacher used to say. Ooh, 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 ooh. There's a running theme in all these seasides, and I say all these seasides, having only played 2, but really, you don't have a lot of room to breathe. They're very, very intense all the time. Oh, diagonal dasher. Rapid fire changing of directions, my one weakness, along with, I don't know, bullets and jaguars. I don't know. And of course, by that I mean the car, not the big feline. Never seen a jaguar in real life, probably. Actually, that's not probably true. I've probably seen one in a zoo or something, but I just don't recall. I don't know what I'm doing. Have I ever seen a jaguar car in real life? Maybe? I don't know. I'm not really much of a car person, you know? I'm aware of car brands. Without the logo, I could not tell you what a car is. Unless it was written on it. Which, thankfully, I suppose most of them are, but it's also not like that big a deal, I suppose, in the first place. It's never been particularly important that I'm like, oh, that's a BMW, or, you know, that's an Audi, or something like that. I suppose it only really matters when you're buying a car and you want to, I don't know, follow a car brand with much more trustworthy models or something. In which case, fair enough, do your research into it, but in your everyday sort of passing life, not buying a car, being able to recognise cars is very much sort of a hobbyist thing. And by the way, I don't mean it as a disparaging thing if you do it, as I always want to preemptively say when I talk about these things. It's just I don't. Not my sort of thing. Not the sort of thing I'm interested in. Perhaps if I learnt more about it I would be, but That kind of goes with anything, doesn't it? Anything can be interesting if you're willing to put the amount of effort that's actually required to learn more about it. But, you know, you got to pick and choose in things in life. No one lives forever, so you can't spend your... I mean, if you can live forever, by the way, you should actually absolutely just spend the time learning everything. Or trying everything, I would say, at least once, because, I mean, you live forever. What else are you going to be doing? And, you know, maybe you're a young immortal, and you're listening and being like, oh, you know, I'm not going to do that, it sounds really boring. Like, why would I want to learn how to crochet you or something? By the time you hit at least, like, age 200 of a minimum, probably age, I don't know, 50,000 of a maximum, you're going to be like, alright, I'll give crochet a shot. I forgot what we had to do. We had to do... I'm not sure exactly what time it is. Maybe if we just spam jump. I think if we just spam jump, we've got a good chance of doing... just getting it done. Methinks. I don't know if that's true or not. But if in doubt and you don't get punished for it, you can just spam. There's no sort of like lockout feature like there are on many quiz shows if you spam too quickly, like on Jeopardy before the buzzer gets sounded, and you can actually buzz in. Ah, the diagonal dash. You've got to get it. You've got to get this right. Yes, you've got to make them see. Right, you've got to dash. You've got to dash correctly. You can't have the pretty falling stars in the background. I feel like I've died on this part so much more often than I anticipated. It seems like actually one of the easier parts, but perhaps it's not. And I suppose this beginning part is meant to be the easiest part, but your mileage may vary. I think the hardest part might be the dash where you had to hang on to the right side of the block again. And it's a good thing that they put a test thing at the beginning to make sure you fully understand exactly that mechanic. It's not a very common one, and I don't think it's one that's ever used outside of this level. At least I do not recall it ever appearing. Ah, you got to interrupt your momentum. Sometimes you got to keep that momentum going forward, but sometimes, you know, if you know you're on the wrong trajectory, you just got to interrupt that momentum. I wonder if there's a shortcut there, where you could just like skip over the whole thing with a well-timed upwards dash or something. Maybe if you can like wave dash out of these subspace blocks, you could just make it. Oh no, we had to go underneath anyway because you need to unlock it. That's kind of checking that you're doing the level. I'm not going to say as intended because I'm sure there's shortcuts or something. But at least you're following the generalised path that's mostly intended, not some sort of tricky breakthrough that you can do which gets you to the end somehow. You know what's going to be the greatest thing though after I finish Celeste is I'm going to be able to watch a speed run of it and see all the cool little tricks that they employ to really speed things up, all the things that they can skip out, all the glitches, all that they use to really put the game through the ringer. It's going to be fascinating to watch. I can. Stop saying I can't and say you can, or I'll get it next time, you know. I mean, kind of context dependent. It's got to be a little bit faster on it, you know. I'm trying to get into a sense of rhythm, but the rhythm is actually at 140 BPM when I keep playing at 120 BPM. And that little bit of a delay, that little bit of lost speed, that little bit of hesitation, a little bit of drag, a little bit of resistance, that little bit of delay is what is lending me to careen my momentum into the spikes. That's not really how you use the word careen, by the way, but still. It's a nice word, isn't it? Sounds like a name, doesn't it? Careen. I think there I might have actually dashed into the spikes or something, but you've got to be focused. You've got to be like water, like there I definitely dashed into the spikes, you know. Now you're going too fast, you know. Now you need a tiny bit more delay so you can reset your finger position. I was going to say thumb position, which is actually correct now I think about it. So you can reset your thumb position Oh, I did it, but I dashed by accident. Because I was jumping too much. But I ended up jumping into the spikes above. Okay, so we got to spam jump just the right amount. That's why we're practicing here. Because maybe we can actually practice here. I'm trying to figure out when we're meant to jump. It's not... We're meant to jump early rather than later or something, right? Okay, it looks like we need to jump slightly early. Okay. We should have this down, hopefully. So next time for sure if we make it there. Oh. That little delay is what gets you. A little white lie. Just like that Powerpuff Girls episode, remember it? You might be like, what the heck are you talking about? But talking about Powerpuff Girls. If you actually don't know what Powerpuff Girls are, then I don't know, that would make me feel a little bit sad. It's a very fantastic cartoon created by, I don't know who's created by, I think Lauren Faust, but don't quote me on that. They have like a little white lie who is just this sort of monster who grows a little bit bigger every time one of the girls, or Professor himself, lies. Representing how little white lies can all add up into uncontrollable, well, I mean we're dead, little uncontrollable, rather big uncontrollable, nasty lie. So you know, it's about a lesson in honesty, which you know, for most things in life is pretty applicable, but again, context matters, you know. Sometimes if there's touchy information, sometimes if it'd be better to withhold information for now. A little white lie might be better. Just a little bit of tact. A little bit of understanding the situation you're in. What? Are you kidding me? The jump was too high? How can the jump be too high? When I say jump, you say how high? Okay, let's see how tiny these jumps need to be. Or is it we need to interrupt our... No, we can't interrupt our momentum. It should be the same jump 3 times, so I don't know how we got caught on that second one. Hold on, I'm just trying to experiment with jump heights here. What if I did that but didn't hold it down? Just held it down a bit less? It looks like it didn't go as far. That time I didn't even touch it. That looks like the same distance. What if I didn't hold down right? We need that momentum. I don't know, well maybe it was just unlucky how I dashed into it. Resulted in me being a bit too high up. Oh, didn't get the jump off there, right? Really, you got no time to think about what your next move is. You got to have it all on animalistic instinct. Oh no. Can I salvage this in any possible way? No. There's too many spikes everywhere. Who put all these spikes around? There's not even any birds around here. I don't even care if there's birds around here. As long as the birds don't disturb me. Which they sometimes do, but they're also, you know, birds. The spikes are more annoying than, if anything. This is a roast of public architectural choices that are made to keep like birds off of things. Which leads to all these sort of ugly spikes everywhere. Oh gosh, how did I dash that way? Jump upwards. Go Madeline. No. Loads of birds on the railings or something because apparently we don't like pigeons. Well, you know, maybe pigeons don't like you. I don't really have much against pigeons, but perhaps, you know, I just don't know enough about them to hate them. They're like an invasive species, aren't they? Or something? I don't really recall. You just see them all the time. Out and about. Especially in London. Because they're very much civilian-like birds where they can... Oh! But I mash jumped a few too many times there and I think I jumped into the spikes. They try and steal your chips or your burger or whatever sandwich you might be having. I actually thought I hit the spikes there, but I actually hit the crystal. The sound misled me. I heard the crystal collecting sound, and for some reason I thought it was the death sound. A death adder, a death rattle, a death horn, which sounds like people screaming, which is probably one of the most horrifying things. Maybe it is just best just to sort of mash. Then hope you have good enough reactions to stop it. It's always a bit sad when you miss out on one of the keys very early on, huh? No, it was diagonal dash. You couldn't have just loaded it a tiny amount, just for the sake of old me. A little bit of convenience, eh? You've always got to make things so difficult, don't you? I don't mean you personally. Person watching this video. I don't even know who you are, to be honest. Well, that might not necessarily be true, but I like it. Probabilistically, I don't know who you are. So, you know, you live your life. Just be good, be kind. That's all I've really got to say, and then, you know, don't have anything against you. Just, you know, general rules of life. Be kind. Be kind to each other. Oh, we can't mash because that happens. We just got to press with good timing. The problem is I don't exactly know what timing is because I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing, which is... Oh no. Turning the jump out from here from like an outwards jump into a very tiny hop up the wall, which allows us to grab onto it again. I don't know what's causing it, to be honest. Am I willing to find out? I mean, yeah, it'd be useful, but entirely possible that probabilistically we can just get through without ever knowing if we just run this through enough times. I wonder if we can just, instead of doing a diagonal dash here, which is a bit annoying, we can actually just do like 3 vertical dashes. It seems much easier to do diagonal dashes though, babe. I'm not gonna lie. So perhaps that's, you know, stick with the stuff you know. You just got to be a bit more precise with it. You've got to be a bit more controlled. You've got to be like a needle. Why a needle? I don't know. It just felt like a very controlled thing, isn't it? A seamstress with a needle. Tailoring her fabrics. Using a traditional blanket stitch. Or perhaps even a back stitch. A running stitch. If a back stitch is a thing, presumably a front stitch is a thing. Oh no. I don't know any other stitches, to be honest. Not much of a tailor. A tinker, tailor, soldier, spy. Neither of those. Although if I was a spy, I don't think I'd tell you, would I? I'm mashing. I gotta figure out what that timing is. Well, apparently we can practice on this one. I'm not sure what this timing is, though. It's a bit hard to tell. I think it's meant to be early, but I don't know. It really is just going to be luck based when we get there, isn't it? Whether that'll be a attempt where we do it or not, so we just got to get there more consistently. But this part, it always trips me up. That one diagonal dash, who knew? A single diagonal dash could be so difficult, so troublesome, so meddling. It's going to be the gatekeeper to our progress. What am I doing? We've got to focus in to make sure we can get it done. despite its best efforts to prevent us from going forward. Apparently those best efforts are done best by me. Which is a sad thought, but you know. Sometimes you can be your own worst enemy. My brain just shut off there. It just was in the air, was like, I don't know what to do anymore. Despite the fact I've come here many times before. I just gave up. I'm not switching from the diagonal jump upwards to the upwards jump fast enough, it seems. I've got to consciously try and do it a little bit faster. I'm going from upwards and diagonal quickly enough, but I seem to hesitate on it a bit too much. Once I'm up in the air. Up through the atmosphere. Reminds me of someone, I can't remember who mentioned this. One of the episodes I was like, oh yeah, was the death animation always stars? But I'm now since aware that the death animation is different on every single level. It's just so subtle a lot of the time. I didn't even realise it was circles on this one. I don't think I could even tell you what it was on the previous one, despite the fact less than like 20 minutes ago or something I died 100 times on it. Well, I guess more than 20 minutes now I think about it, because and this episode runtime as well. Okay. Is that one lower? How do I keep hitting the ceiling? No, it's the same. I don't understand why the first one I fly through so perfectly. But the second one I'm somehow hitting the ceiling. These two look exactly the same. Even their distance looks the same. I don't know what I'm doing differently. I'm not sure, but we had to get there again basically to figure it out, which is the annoying part with any of these sort of things, is the fact you have to traverse through the whole level, which you've already played a dozen times, just to get to the difficult part, or the part that's giving you trouble. Just to get one measly attempt. I think it is only to do smaller jumps. And to do like little hops. I'm not talking about the hops like you find in beer. Oh. And plus side, that jump's getting a little bit better. Still quite difficult to do, but I'm not gonna lie. I still have no idea what timing I'm doing it with, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You know that? That's just how it goes. Did I not dash? How did that happen? Not that one, the one before that one. And if I die on the first screen, it's just my brain has like stopped working for a little bit. It's still reeling. I rushed it there. When I should have been dragging. Well, if anything, you should be on time rather than rushing or dragging. Now I think about it, but still. I should have been dragging for my rushed beat. The spikes, they are too dangerous. They allow you to, unfortunately perish. I've got to be a bit more careful about it. I've got to focus in. Oh. I don't know what happened there. There it looked like I crawled up into the spikes, weirdly enough, but hopefully that didn't happen. If that did happen, whoops. You gotta just focus in, you know? As I said. Don't let the stars distract you. There I didn't even jump properly. Ended up my momentum carrying the entire way. I wonder if maybe through these episodes, if I don't finish this one in the next however many minutes I've got, I should look up exactly what this mechanic is, so I can see what I'm meant to actually be doing. But part of it is, you know, the fun of it is figuring it out for yourself. I'll certainly say. So being able to figure it out for yourself has some sort of inherent reward with it too. But it might just become annoying. Maybe it's nothing to do with jumping. Maybe it's just to do with holding left. It's just to do with holding. It's got nothing to do with jumping. I've been jumping this entire time at the end. I've been wondering why it's not working all the time. I thought I tried that, apparently I didn't. Oh, that was close. We got this. I'm going to give us a few more minutes because now we've got that revelation. It's not some crazy mechanic which has been hidden to me all this time. It's just literally what I've been doing probably before I realised you could jump out of these. Well, not realised, before I was taught that you could jump out of these. Yeah, see, that's all you need. Sometimes you just need 3 minutes more. That heart nearly just bopped me into the spikes. Not even 3 minutes, 1 minute more. We're not in that overtime. How lovely. I will say, it's not the most pretty colour of yellow in that end screen. It's a very sort of murky, mustardy one, isn't it? There we go, seaside complete though. Old site. How many deaths? I'm going to guess 112. Whoa, 216. That's like way, way, way above. I wonder how much of it was on that end screen. Please don't count. So next time we'll be moving on to the hotel, I guess. Celestial Resort. Seeing how difficult that seaside is. Maybe they start ramping up more. I don't know. But for now, if you have been watching, thank you very much. This has been Celeste. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares are greatly appreciated. Join the Dear Darling Discord. Follow me on Twitter down below. Hope we can see each other again. But for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now.